there's anyone in here, just look out. Does anybody, Colin, do you know what that's
Yeah,
from?
it's Clue.
Oh, wonderful.
That's like one of my favorite line reads ever. The way he says it, it's so funny. There's anyone in here, just look out. He's so like.
I also like Another Door a lot. When he goes in and he turns the shower on.
I like in Home Alone 2 when he goes stolen credit card. Welcome to Millennial Milkshake, the podcast where three floating windmills revisit, re-experience, and review things from our childhood. My name's Colin O'Connell, and I was born in 1994.
My name's Josh Sicali. I was born in 1995.
And my name's Michelle Potter. I was born in 1997.
And it's October, guys. It's time for spooky. It's time for spooky episodes.
Time for spooky.
Ooh, we're going to be scaring the daylight. There's going to be 1,000 jump scares in all these episodes. You're not going to know what hit you, audience. Boo! That's the first one.
All right.
They both jumped. You guys can't, the audience can't see it. They both jumped. They're so scared. And to kick off our little October, thing, we're reviewing something that I think is a pretty creepy, pretty spooky album. And it's Gorillaz' second album, Demon Days. Josh, Michelle, do you have any sort of history with Gorillaz or this album at all?
I only recall listening to Feel Good and maybe Clint Eastwood, but honestly, just a couple tracks. I've never actually fully dug into their albums until now.
Yeah, I also only knew a few tracks. I think I knew 2 songs from this album, Feel Good being one of them. And yeah, this was the first time I listened to a whole album from them the whole way through. So it's exciting.
So funny. It is Feel Good Inc., but that's fine.
Feel Good Inc.
Making my life easy, Colin.
Or Feel Good Incorporated, whatever you want to call it.
I abbreviated it too much.
If I need to say Inc. to anyone, then they need to study up on some pop culture.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
He said, I could call it Feel Good. It's fine.
I can call it Feel Good.
Yeah.
I don't need to add the Inc.
It's too much. It's too much.
What if you're talking about a pen?
I need to save as much time as I can, Colin. And that's that. Which actually, this is taking more time because I decided to abbreviate it.
Yeah.
You have the whole explanation.
It's like in The Office when Kevin decides to make his own language and takes the time to explain what they mean.
Yeah.
Just because he wants to save a quarter of a millisecond.
Yeah, to see world. Well, shocker, I'm the one who suggested this album because I have an extensive background with Gorillaz. Starting when I was very little, I have no idea what age I was, but I'm thinking probably 2001, so I was probably 7. They used to show Gorillaz music videos on, I think it was Toonami. It was on Cartoon Network. I think it was Toonami. If you guys remember Toonami on Cartoon Network at all?
No.
They would play anime. I think it was the hour between regular Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. They would play anime, so it was kind of like a transition into Adult Swim. But they would play Gorillaz music videos, and I remember seeing the music video for 192000 and being like, what is this? What is going on? These are animated little gremlins singing, riding around in cars, and the music was really different and out there, and the music video was really different and out there, and I was like, I kind of love this, and kind of just grew into liking them, liking their hits. Like Josh said, Feel Good Inc. I mean, that song was everywhere when it came out. Like, you couldn't get away from that freaking song.
Yeah, you could not avoid it.
The laugh, the bass, everything. And then, in fact, my sister, when she would go to school, like, I feel like an hour before me, and she would watch MTV would play. That's when they would play music videos, like MTV music videos in the morning. And then I would come down and it would still be on the TV. And I remember that Feel Good Inc. video very vividly, like every single day would be on that. And the one Red Hot Chili Peppers video, Danny California. Like, those are the two videos I remember the most. It's like a kid in the mornings. So yeah, I have a pretty deep connection, and they're like my favorite band pretty much. So
wow. I wish I had more to say, about experiences. I feel almost bad that I can't even, accompany you. So
it's fine. We should, I do want to clarify, I picked this album because A, I think it's more thematically relevant to October, and B, I think that while Clint Eastwood was like a huge song, like, you'll be hard pressed to find someone who didn't listen to Feel Good, like in our age range, as a kid, who didn't know that song,
Which is why I felt I was able to say Feel Good, everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so we thought we would start you guys off a little bit more subtly into October. We don't want to throw everything at you, so we're going to gradually get a little bit.
We're not going full Halloween first week, but a little
Easy
creepy there. I mean, we can kind of talk about, like, the character designs, because it is a virtual band. I mean, they do look creepy.
Oh, absolutely.
Do they not?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, like, the sound of the album, like, a lot of the songs are kind of creepy. Like, we'll get into the songs, but, the intro isn't it from Day of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead.
Is it Dawn of the Dead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, the intro's lifted straight from Dawn of the Dead, pretty much. I mean, there's some remixing going on, but
which I'm super excited to get into. I'm excited to get into all the references. I was able to kind of find or read about, that being the first one. So when I saw that, I was super excited because I'm a big horror movie guy. So I was like, ooh, they're, incorporating some horror movie references, and,
Feel Good incorporating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if we want to go at all into that right now. We could definitely go into that in the later part of the episode. Up to you guys.
Well, maybe Michelle will teach us something.
Yeah, maybe she'll steal all my.
Oh dang. Oh dang. I think we're late for class, Josh.
Always am. I'll sit in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before you get into it, there's some things you should know first. So,
I am interested to see how much I already know, but continue.
Probably most.
I'm interested to see how many of my references that I work so hard on are going to be already spoken about, and I'm going to have nothing to talk about.
Yeah. I tried to just do like a super brief sort of overview of them and like this album. So, like Colin already said, they're a virtual band, an English band, created in 1998, by Damon Albarn, who was the lead singer of Blur, and Jamie Hewlett, who was a comic artist, I think. And it consists of 4 like fictional members. I think they have some people that come and go as like their music goes on, but the main 4 are 2D, who does vocals and keys. I think there's Murdoch Nichols, who does bass, Russell Hobbs, who does percussion, and Noodle, who does a guitar, and also like she does vocals in some of them.
Yeah,
especially on this album. Yeah,
she does some vocals on the first album, and then she has like there's one big song.
Yeah,
and then I'm trying to think what else she sings on afterwards. It'll come to me.
Okay. So I was just reading how the idea for this band sort of came about. And it was when the 2 of them, the creators, were watching MTV, and Hewlett said, if you watch MTV for too long, it's a bit like hell. There's nothing of substance there. So they had this idea for a virtual band, something that would be like a comment on that. And I was reading Al Barn, said sort of the same thing. Like, it was the beginning, like at the time when they were sort of coming up with this idea, it was sort of the beginning of a boy band explosion sort of thing. And it just felt so manufactured to them. So they thought, let's make a manufactured band, but make it kind of interesting. So that's where Gorillaz came from. So their first album was released in 2001, I believe. It was a self-titled album, right? Gorillaz?
Yeah.
That did really well. Sold over 3 million copies and earned them an entry into the Guinness Book of World Records as the most successful virtual band, which there's not a lot.
No, there's really
virtual
not.
bands.
I think it's big over in, I don't know about bands. I think there's like a Korean pop star a few years ago that was like a completely virtual.
Oh.
But yeah, it's not like there's not a lot of contenders.
Yeah, like the only other virtual bands I can think of are like fictional ones from like movies.
Yeah, like Josie and the Pussycats and stuff are like, yeah.
Yeah, so that was their first album. And their second album, the one we are reviewing, Demon Days, was released in 2005, and it went double platinum in the US, triple platinum in the UK, and they earned 5 Grammy nominations for it in 2005. And I think they won Best Pop Collaboration for Feel Good Inc. One of the interesting things about Feel Good Inc. is some of the success I was reading for it was because it was featured in an iPod commercial. Do you guys remember this commercial at all?
Was it one of the iPod commercials where they're like dancing, they're like all like a black shadow, like silhouette,
with, like,
and they're like dancing in the colored backgrounds? Yeah. Was it that?
I think so. It had to have been, because that is also the only iPod commercial I ever remember. But yeah, it was featured on an iPod commercial, and I think, let me see. It topped Billboard's alternative songs chart in the US for 8 consecutive weeks, like during the time it debuted, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and they had 4 other nominations for that album. Al Barn sort of describes this album as like a concept album. I was reading, he said the whole album kind of feels like telling the story of the night, staying up during the night, but it's also an allegory. It's what we're living in, basically. The world in a state of night, which I think goes really well with our Halloween theme here, or our October theme. And that is my quick little brief history lesson for you guys. I feel like I have some other things to say about the songs individually, but we'll save them.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Teach.
You're welcome.
What's up? What do you want to say?
Do you have any more like facts you want to add here? That's true or anything like that?
Well, what does that mean?
Just,
Something's either true or it's not.
Truth we've never heard is all I'm wondering about.
I think you'll be surprised at how much truth you've never heard.
Josh?
So, yeah, I can kick us off with the real facts.
Great.
Before Michelle does all this work to find history and fun facts, and I come up with bullshit 5 minutes before we start recording.
So, everyone, we have Apple Facts for Demon Days. And here is Apple Fact number 1. It's October, and that means a special spooky edition of Apple Facts. At the time of recording, climate change is not slowing down one bit. Wealth discrepancy is getting worse by the year. The Middle East is in turmoil. School shootings are still a thing, and society is set to collapse in 20 years. In fact, billionaires are literally building rocket ships and constructing bunkers in New Zealand in preparation for the world eating itself. And if that doesn't scare you enough, maybe the fact that Demon Days is an album literally all about this and was released literally 16 years ago should. 16 years, and we've done nothing. Now that doesn't make me feel good, but which, Colin, yeah, I remember you telling us about that, the studies that they're doing about like the 20-year future and the billionaires.
Yeah, there's I think it was an MIT study in the 70s, and they were like, hey, society's going to end in like 2040, or like society's going to collapse in 2040. And then like this year, there was like a review, like an independent reviews of and stuff of it. And pretty much everyone was like, yeah, I mean, that study's pretty much spot on. And lo and behold, billionaires are building rockets to go to space, and they're buying land in New Zealand to buy underground bunkers. So
That's insane. And
it's
all Gorillaz have just been trying to do is just, give a nice little musical warning and
Just something light.
something light,
Yeah.
something light in the night. But
Yeah.
a white light, if you will.
ooh.
But
All right, who's ready for Apple fact number 2?
I
I am.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's an energetic class.
I'm more ready
Yeah, what the
because I
heck,
know what they
guys?
are.
All right, so Apple fact number 2. By now, it should be no secret that I'm a huge Gorillaz fan. But turnabout is fair play, and I can criticize things I like. For example, they named the Japanese character Noodle. Fucking Noodle. That's like naming a German character Bratwurst, or a French character Baguette, or an Irish character Shamrock, or an American character Shamrock Shake. But ooh, I could go for a nice Shamrock Shake, but
Well, it's October.
I guess I got to go for a
Everything's pumpkin
spice
now.
shake. Yeah,
Everything's
Damn
fucking
it.
pumpkin now.
Yeah.
Why can't mint be in October? You
Yeah.
point out to me
No,
the reasons why mint can't be in
Because
October, and it has to be constricted to March.
because it does not make me feel good.
Well, mint is also, I think, mint is a December thing too.
Peppermint.
Yeah, you're right. They're not
Yeah, no,
the same.
I don't want mint in October. That's a given. It's just not fall. There's a reason. It's too spring-like for me.
Does it grow in the spring though?
No, but it just reminds me of spring, and it's just because it's in March.
It's because of the Shamrock Shake though. It's because somewhere along the line, people were like, March is the green month because of St. Patrick's Day, and what's the green flavored thing? What's the green processed shit that we always eat? It's always mint flavored, But
I've just been brainwashed, I guess.
yeah.
Oh, mint chocolate chip. I mean, that's a really good ice cream, but I can't picture myself eating that in October.
Oh, that's all year round, baby.
Yeah, mint chocolate chip is the best ice
let's
cream.
not kid ourselves.
Okay, well, let's not get carried away, Michelle.
It's the best. I'm sorry.
I mean, there's a lot of great ice cream out there.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready to name mint chocolate chip the king ice cream.
Maybe not the best, but it's my favorite.
I mean, but you just said the words, it is the best ice cream, and then you doubled down on it.
Yeah.
It's the best to me.
And that's all that matters.
That's a fucking
So-
cop
That's
out.
all that matters. If you said
I don't want to start a fight
if you said
here.
best looking, you'd have something, but
It's a great looking ice cream.
it's fantastic.
Well, it has to be green too.
Oh, don't give me that.
It has to be the
yeah,
green
don't
mint
give me that
chocolate
white
chip.
shit. Oh no, don't give me that white light.
Yeah, I hate white things.
I actually had like a month ago. I had a Dove bar, and it was mint, and I was super excited. I was like,
Ooh.
I'm gonna bite into this, and it's gonna be green. And nope, it was white. And
I think the Ghirardelli, is it Ghirardelli or Ghirardelli?
I think it's Ghirardelli.
Mm.
I think the Ghirardelli is white too, like the white cream
It's just
or whatever.
It's not. It hits.
It's not
It
the
hits
same.
different when it's green.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
what are you gonna do? But I'm not eating that much in October anyway. I'm eating fall-y things.
I think pumpkin's
Yeah.
overrated.
Oh, it definitely is. I don't even like pumpkin pie, but I like the scents.
Oh, see, I still like pumpkin. Well, you know what? I don't like pumpkin
Good.
pie. Actually, it used to be the only pie I would like really eat as a kid, and then I tried every other kind of pie, and I was like, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah, it's the texture I can't really get behind. It's just, the
Yeah.
mushy. I don't know.
I like pumpkin roll. You ever have pumpkin roll?
Can't do it. I don't like the cream cheese icing.
Oh, you don't like cream cheese.
Oh, I like. See,
Oh,
that's the thing.
right.
I love
It.
cream cheese. I don't like cream cheese with desserts.
I will eat pumpkin roll. I will eat the cake bit and then leave just a big gob of cream cheese icing and just
No.
slurp that down.
No,
It's so good.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. It's when it's transformed into icing or cheesecake. Gross.
Oh, cheesecake's like the best cake.
Ugh. No, ice
Cheesecake's
cream
good.
cake is the best cake.
though. Oh, I always forget that that's a cake. You're right.
I don't think ice cream cake is that great except for the crunchies.
Yeah, that's true. That's the best
Nice.
part.
Yeah.
Killing me. That's enough. That's enough. All right. This is my class now. That's enough.
Sorry.
All right. Let's just get to Apple fact number 3. I said free. Apple fact number 3.
Free.
I mean, they are all free.
You guys
They
have
are.
upset me enough.
Watch out. There's fire coming out of a Josh's head.
All right, Apple fact number 3. The thing that I love most about Gorillaz is that when you say you're a fan of them, everyone you've ever told says, "Oh yeah, man, Feel Good Inc. is a great song." And you go, "Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not my favorite." And then they go, "Oh right, yeah, Clint Eastwood is their best song." And then you go, "Well, you know, they have more than these two." And then they grab you by the shoulders, push you down into the floor, and scream in your face, "It's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up." It's there. Then again, maybe I should just stop sneaking gin to people at Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and that won't happen as much anymore. I like the comments to the two songs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
I should clarify, alcoholism is a disease, not making fun of it, but you know.
Yeah, you have to bring Dare to Alcoholics Anonymous. It's just,
that's how I feel.
You got to do it.
That's how I feel.
Also, I want to know. I want to know. I'm also not in Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, me neither.
Michelle is though, so we shouldn't joke about it.
Yeah, please don't.
All right, so yeah, that's how I feel about Radiohead. If you talk to someone about it, and let's say they're not a fan, you know, they might give you the creep answer.
Yeah,
and that's, you know, it's pretty good, but it's not their best. It's really not. And
nah, their best is the song that plays during the credits of Twilight.
You know, I still have to see Twilight, but I heard it's got a banging soundtrack.
Twilight.
The song at the end of end of Twilight, it's the so it goes. I have no idea what it's saying. What they're saying.
I just talked about this, and I can't remember the song.
Radiohead is in Twilight.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They play during the credits. It's the song that goes.
Is that 15 Step?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
That's so weird to play in that movie. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so maybe it fits.
Oh
wow.
No, it is weird. The editing in that movie is like, well, okay.
Josh, I can't wait for you to watch Twilight.
I can't either.
The thing with the first Twilight is, it does sort of have this like small budget indie, like almost like charm to it, and then the rest of the movies, like, I don't know, are just bad. Like, there's no charm to the rest of the movies at all.
Yeah, the rest of them sort of like blur together in my mind.
Hollow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fun fact: have we talked about this? A woman directed the first. I don't know her name. A woman directed the first Twilight, made all that money, became a huge star, and they were like, "That's great, good job. We're gonna give the rest to a man."
Oh.
Did she want to continue directing them?
I have no idea. Why wouldn't she though?
Well, I don't know. The feedback of maybe
fucking cash cow
discouragement.
Well, the first one's the best one.
Oh, the first one's like by far the best one, and it's not even that great, but it's way better and more artistic than like the other ones.
All right, guys, who's ready for Apple fact number 4? I know I am.
I am.
So Gorillaz has this complex lore around it, right? They're a virtual band, and all the characters have backstories and plot lines that are set during various phases. The phases usually, but not always, coinciding with album releases. And sometimes the music videos are part of the story, and sometimes they're just music videos. And there are comics, and sometimes those are canon, but sometimes there are storyboards that might be canon. And then sometimes they just reset the canon because they feel like it. This is why people who complain about the multiverse in the MCU being too complex, I just can't help but laugh at them. Bitch, it breaks your brain that... Sorry, let me repeat that line. Bitch, it breaks your brain that 2 versions of Loki's want to fuck. Guess who became a member of Gorillaz in 2018? Ace from the Powerpuff Girls, and that's the thing that made the most sense in Phase 5. So stop your whining and just enjoy your little shitty 15 million Disney Plus shows that nobody asked for.
There's so many shows.
Love it.
So I don't know if we're really going to get into this a lot, but the Gorillaz lore is a goddamn mess, and it's so weird. But yeah, Ace, I don't know if you guys remember Powerpuff Girls very well. I believe it was the Green Gang. He was like the leader of them, but he became a member of the band during Phase 5 because Murdoch was in jail. And as I'm talking about this, I'm remembering that they're all fictional characters. So
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah. When I was like reading about them, there was just like an overwhelming amount of information
there's
about
so
each
much,
of them.
They all have backstories.
There's just like
Noodle's like a sleeper agent. Russell was haunted and now he's not haunted. Yeah. It's all nonsense.
Yeah. That's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, you can just listen to the music. It's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to get into like the characters and everything.
All right, guys. Our final spooky Apple fact, number 5. Gorillaz is well known for collaborating with other musicians. Over the years, they've collaborated with Snoop Dogg, De La Soul, Little Dragon, Robert Smith, Schoolboy Q, and even Sir Elton John himself. Which begs the question, who do you think the biggest name Millennial Milkshake could get if we tried? I mean, really put the time, effort, and resources into it. First names that come to mind, Vanilla Ice. I mean, his instructions are even in the opening verse to his song, Ice Ice Baby. All right, stop, collaborate, and listen. We're listening, Ice. You can call us at our toll-free number, 555. You still ripped off Queen, you dungus.
Dungus.
I love the video of him explaining how it's different. Bum 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 bum. He's like, there's a little.
I added a bump. Yeah, Vanilla Ice, you did add a bump to that song. Boom, got him.
Oh man,
ripping on Vanilla Ice. It's 2021.
That is considered probably the number one biggest song ripoff. Or is there one that tops that?
I
know
the Coldplay song rips off another song, like straight rips off, but I think that song also ripped off another song. I mean, the Nicki Minaj song kind of like samples Sir Mix a lot, but I don't know. I feel like she got permission for that one. Like this one, he straight up stole it.
Oh, spooky song ripoff. Josh, we were just talking about The Shining.
So there is a big ripoff. I don't know if many people are going to know, but there's a song by Scott Walker called My Death. And
Paul Walker's brother?
Yeah, I believe so.
For sure.
But as soon as I heard it, the first 5 seconds, I was just like, no way.
It's exact.
The Shining completely ripped off one of Scott Walker's songs. And I honestly don't know if that song is a cover, because I know some songs on that album are covers. I don't know if that one is, but either way, that song exists, and The Shining came after that album. So Shining ripped it off, which is funny because before I ever heard Scott Walker, when I've seen The Shining so many times, it's my favorite horror movie, and I watched Goosebumps a lot, right? So Goosebumps has an episode called Night in Terror Tower, and that also completely rips off the Shining theme song. They don't use the same instruments. They have this humming, this deep humming sound. And so I always thought, wow, that ripped off The Shining. But here The Shining ripped it off. So I wonder how deep this goes.
How many times has that song been ripped off?
We're gonna find out that song was made in like ancient Egypt. They were singing it while like the pyramids were being built.
I'm trying to remember how I started that comment off. I hope I didn't start it off by. Was I saying Scott Walker ripped it off at first? I hope I didn't say that.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Good. We're gonna cut this out. But yeah,
Nope.
I couldn't remember.
No cuts.
Oh, no cuts.
We
no cuts.
don't cut this podcast.
Not at all.
So yeah, a lot of ripoffs. But that's all for the Apple facts. We can get into this dissection of Demon Days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of like movie music and horror music, we referenced it earlier, but the intro to this album just takes it's the Dawn of the Dead song. Do you know what's the song called? Did you have it written down?
I didn't write that one down, but I know the scene that it comes from. It's the scene where they're getting all the trucks to barricade the entrances to the mall.
Okay.
It's like it's in the middle.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the name of the song though.
Yeah, so it's just like that song, and then like these sirens come in, and do you know what they say? Did you guys look up the lyrics? What they say during this little intro? Because it really is a tone setter.
Is who put me down on the bottom of the food chain?
Ooh, no, I believe it's who put chemicals in the food chain. I believe.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe is
You know
what
what?
it says.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're right, because that rings a bell. You know what? Google is always incorrect. That was the first thing I saw that came
I
up.
think that's what they say, and then,
Who put chemicals in the food chain?
and it it kind of sets. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but we won't spend too much time on the intro. But I feel like it really kind of sets the tone for the vibe of this whole album. It's a little, it's taken from a horror movie. But there's like this remix, this more like modern, remix to it, and a little social commentary in it, and it's blended all together, and yeah, it's kind of
it works on different levels to reference Dawn of the Dead, because that movie itself deals with, commercialism and, like all that stuff, consumerism, all that good stuff that this album goes into also. So on a different level, also the zombie aspect works for the album on another level. So, very, very smart to kind of throw that in there as their setup. And I think the end of the song, what do they say? You are now entering the harmonic door.
Is it Bliss or harmonic door?
There's places that say door, and then there's on Genius, it says you are now entering the harmonic realm, which I don't think he says.
Oh.
But he could. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. I'll look it up on Genius. Wow, controversy already.
Yeah, Genius says realm, so I don't know.
If it's, I normally go by what Genius says.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, which is like, because like, I don't know. It is weird because this is really like, it's not like this heavy metal album by any means. It is kind of poppy, and it has a lot of rap on it too. But it's also a little spooky.
Yeah, there's a nice blend.
Oh yeah.
It's very, I don't know. It's just a very unique album, I think.
And Colin, since you are more familiar with this,
Sure.
I'm gonna go more to you with like some ideas that I might spit out and bounce them off you more so. But
okay.
But yeah, so
yeah, because there is a story like to this album. I know Michelle referenced it earlier about it, like going through a night and everything. But there's like individual things that like individual thematic things that each song hits, and then there's like an overarching story to it, which is always really, really ambitious. I feel for, and I don't feel like the first album does that. Like, I know you guys didn't listen to the first album. First album really doesn't do that. It was kind of just like this counterculture thing that they did. This is more like, I think, developed and thought out and everything. But if we want to go into the first actual song, Last Living Souls.
dig it.
Love the song, yeah.
Really?
Yep. I think it's a really nice follow-up to the intro. So it's a nice song to start out with to kind of go off of the Dawn of the Dead theme.
Yeah.
And for obvious reasons, the title alone, you can kind of make that connection, but this one kind of deals with I guess the idea of being surrounded by very blank generations that kind of don't have that emotion, I guess. The whole thing is, are we the last living souls? So kind of like, using that zombie like theme to represent the newer generations, I guess, that have been kind of corrupt by this by society, I guess. And
Yeah, like a lot of corporatization and stuff, which I mean today is like it's like more relevant than ever. Like, it feels like this, like songs like this are more relevant now than they were even then. Like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. And it's not like this is like a new concept in music, but
right,
just to like, there's not a lot of, songs that will, a lot of albums that will take the time to dedicate a whole, like, I don't know, kind of middle finger to like society and pop culture, and then also produce one of like the biggest songs, like in like one of the biggest pop songs. You know, it's really weird how like parts of this album took off. You know.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Michelle, do you have anything to add to this track?
Yeah, I really like this song. One of my favorite things about like this album and a lot of the songs on this album, the music, they do this thing in a lot of the songs where I don't know a better way to describe it, but there's like a break in some of the songs and they sort of like switch up the tone of what's happening, and I love that.
Yeah, that's a very Gorillaz thing to do. They do that in a lot of their songs. Like in Plastic Beach, there's a song called Empire Ants, and then it's like this very like soft melodic song, and then halfway through it just becomes like a crazy dance track.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. Like they do it in several of the songs here, and I really like that in this song. And I wrote a note like the violins in this, I think like near the end, the second half of the song also. Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I really like this song. We won't get into, because I've ranked them all. I think you guys ranked like all your favorite songs too. So I won't get into where specifically I put it, but you know, it's a good song. It's not my favorite. It's a good song.
Solid.
I like it.
It's solid.
And then we get into Kids with Guns, which is kind of the precursor to it always reminds me of Pumped Up Kicks by you know, but this is kind of like the precursor to that. I don't know if you guys looked up the backstory behind the song at all.
I feel like I saw something that like one of their daughters or one of their friends' daughters or something like brought a knife to school.
Yeah, I think it was Damon's kid. Like a kid brought a knife to like their school, and then he also like oh no, that was a different song. Never mind, I'm mixing up the songs. Yeah, that was kind of like the inspiration behind that, and then I mean, again, obviously, America and specifically with all the school shootings and stuff, like.
Yeah, so this is one big statement on the youth and their gravitation to violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also the way that, like, I don't know, the way that they're warped and like, cause they're turning us into monsters and stuff, you know, like how they're shaped and formed, and, you know, feel bad for them, but also they're the ones, you know, with this proclivity for violence too. It's like weird. It's this weird space.
This was tough.
We're getting deep. We're getting a little deep for this podcast. This is supposed to be a funny podcast.
I think this is I have it between two songs, but this is like one of my favorite songs on the album. Like, I really love this song.
So this one and Last Living Souls are right next to each other. This one's literally like a half a point above it. So they're right next to each other.
Wow. Interesting.
But I do have songs above it. So these guys are kind of like middle top. That's all I'm going to say.
There was just one other song that I was like, ooh, I won't say anymore. But yeah, I love this song.
I mean, we'll find the song eventually. Next we get into fourth song, or I guess like the third song, but whatever. Fourth track is Oh Green World. Thoughts?
So I definitely have, this could be me just overreaching, but there's definitely a scary mood to this. And I was pulling some Psycho, but more so Halloween soundtrack vibes from this.
I got the same, Josh.
Yeah. And it's like that,
like kind of like the breakdown.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when in the song it happens, but Michelle, you know the part I'm talking about. Like it just feels like it came from a score from either of those two movies.
Yeah.
Which was a nice touch to the song.
Yeah, it was.
This is also where like Damon kind of like mumble sings, you know, and that's kind of like creepy. Like when he's like he kind of drops down a little bit, and you're like, oh, like I don't know, it is very creepy.
And I don't know if, you know, kind of doing that horror movie-esque sound, you know, I don't know if they kind of did that on purpose to kind of fit the vibe of this song, which is clearly about how the pollution kind of killed the world. So, you know, you're dealing with killings on a different level. So, you know, Halloween, Michael Myers, pollution, killing world, whatever. I don't know. I'm probably overreaching, but it's...
No, I mean... listen, if you like them, referencing pollution, you'll fucking love Plastic Beach, because that's the whole album. That's what the entire album's about. So it was definitely like, on their minds, on Damon's mind and stuff when he made all these songs. But yeah, Plastic Beach is like all about like pollution.
How do you guys like this one? You guys like how do you like this track? I don't want you to tell me your ranking. Just want to see if you.
I like it. It's like
I like
in the middle for me.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest with me. I like them all.
Yeah, this one was like in the middle for me. I liked it still. It wasn't one of my favorites.
I definitely have them lower than those first two songs though.
Yeah, this was middle bottom for me. But a lot of these are fairly close, like in the ratings I gave them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the my top few really stand out, and then my bottom like one or two kind of stand out, and then the rest
exactly.
They could be different for me any day, if I re-ranked them tomorrow.
Yeah, I would say like my top 4, maybe top 5 are kind of like standouts. I'll go top 4 just to minimize it. And then my bottom 3, there's a clear maybe bottom 4, and then the middle's very kind of like in sync.
It'll be interesting to see where those bottom 4 come in. Next we come in with Dirty Harry though, which is like the spiritual successor to Clint Eastwood off the first album. Again, deals with the youth and gun violence, speaks about that, and also like military occupation. Well, I guess we should say we did watch the music video for this too, because the music videos are very important.
Yeah.
For Gorillaz, and so the whole scene is set middle of the desert. They're all in like paramilitary outfits with these kids, and I forget what the choir is. Do you remember what the choir is called?
I remember reading it, but I don't remember the specific.
It's a children's choir. I'll look it up.
Yeah, one of the cool things too about this music video is shot like on location, which I thought was interesting.
Oh yeah, there's a story behind that.
I read that it was cheaper to fly there and shoot it. Yeah,
they were gonna do a 3D like model or whatever, or like an animated model of a desert, and they were just like, oh, it's just cheaper and easier to just fly, just go to shoot on location.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, which is funny.
Which I think it worked out. Like, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting to see like the the real people. Booty Brown from The Far Side. He's he spits a verse on this album, or on this song. Children's Choir of San Fernandez is the children's choir, and they make a little animated appearance in the music video. So yeah, what do we think of this song?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I like this song, but it's not one of my favorites. I think it's good. It's a good song.
I'm interested most to hear Michelle's favorites.
Yeah. Well, I will say I love this song, and it is definitely one of my favorite songs.
Ooh.
I think it's the overlooked hit of this album, like single of this album. Because all of the other songs, like Feel Good Inc. and Dare, like are huge hits. And then every Gorillaz fan loves El Mañana. Like if you're a Gorillaz fan and you don't like El Mañana, like that's shocking. But I feel like Dirty Harry gets forgotten a lot on this album for being like one of the I think it was the first single, wasn't it?
It was the third. Yeah.
Oh, was it? But I mean, I love this song. I love the it gets into more of like, even compared to like the first 3 songs, which are a little like heavy, but like not like heavy, but like classic alt rock pop, this goes way more into an electronic sound, and you get the first rap verse of the album too, which is a part of the Gorillaz, is a staple of the Gorillaz style, is bringing in rappers and stuff.
And it's funny because I feel like, as I was reading, this seems like some people will put this at their number 1, like, and I feel like those are like, not that they're like the diehard Gorillaz fans, but maybe because, a lot of people are going to put Feel Good Inc. as number 1. But yeah, I definitely see Dirty Harry as like a top tier song on this album.
And I do have to shout out to I do love the line, "Your water's from a bottle, mine's from a canteen." Like,
that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else to say about Dirty Harry, or because we got to get to the big boy next? Because it is the big boy. I mean, let's just be honest. It's Feel Good Inc. Everyone and their mother knows this song. Like, my mom knows this song, so everyone's mom knows this song.
I don't think my mom will know this song, but
My mom would definitely not know this song.
Really?
no, my mom.
She wouldn't.
What are you talking? I think you'd be surprised. It was on
My
the
mom
radio
doesn't
all
listen
the
to
time.
music.
Mine doesn't either, really.
Oh,
yeah.
well, okay. Well, all right. If you have a mom who has listened to music in the last 16 years, I bet they've heard this song. But that bass line, man, I mean, can we just talk about that bass? It's so fucking sick.
It's a fantastic song. I think it's in like my top 5.
Interesting.
It's in my top 5.
Ooh, interesting.
I grow. I'm a person that grows.
Very, very interesting.
This is
Because I sent this song, a little
Yeah.
peek behind the curtain, inside baseball, probably, what would you say, 2 years ago?
Maybe.
I would say a year or
Okay.
2 ago.
Yeah, like
I was, trying to get Michelle a little bit into Gorillaz, and, I sent her the big hits, and I think I sent her Clint Eastwood and Feel Good Inc., because they're their 2 biggest songs. She's like, yeah, I like Clint Eastwood, don't really like Feel Good Inc. And I was like,
Yeah, that was
really? Like, I don't know anyone who doesn't like this
I
song.
listened to it like maybe a few times, and I had not listened to it again since now. And like, it's good. I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. It's good. I'd listen to it. It's a jam. It's a jam. Okay, great song, and the video's great too.
That's because now Michelle knows people are listening, and she knows.
No, it's not my favorite song on the album.
Oh, it's not
But
mine
it's
either,
good.
Michelle. So that's fine.
I will say that I like it, but I don't love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And again, the music video, for this iconic music video, scary again.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, it was
scary.
really good.
The way that Murdoch like raises up from the floor.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? It's so like like a vampire.
Yeah, it was very unsettling. And then you
And his little like humping he does at the end of the video.
and you get that nice look out to the floating windmill.
Yeah.
And it's just it's such, I don't know. It was very, very well done. It's scary, like how you just feel trapped with him in there, and you just it's just very stressful to watch. But
Yeah. And again, I mean, if we want to dissect, thematically, this song, kind of about this, like this impending existential dread while every other resource around you is like pumping you like, oh, be happy all the time. Like, and that's another thing, like, again, I don't want to get too heavy on this podcast, but that's like a thing, like, mental health, like sometimes you don't feel good and that's fine. And you don't have to feel good all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also it's probably about addiction too, because most of these songs are also about addiction. Oh, we didn't even mention who, did you see did you know who the producer on this album is?
Ooh.
no.
It's Danger Mouse. This is a Danger Mouse joint. So, it's quality. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about this song that hasn't been said. Like,
Yeah, there's not really much else that like no one already knows. It's very it's pretty straightforward, but I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like we could just like dissect these songs for a long time. We gotta.
Yeah, we should probably get going, and we will get going to El Mañana, which again, the music video ties directly into the Feel Good Inc. music video. What did you guys think about that?
This was my favorite music video out of the 4. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And this one, I will draw another horror movie reference that I absolutely loved, and it is the windmill. Straight up Frankenstein. When the planes are shooting, I mean, it's not directly like planes are shooting in Frankenstein, but it starts burning down. I mean, you don't get more reference than that. So I really appreciated that. But yeah, it's really, really sad.
Oh, it's
like really sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad.
Yeah, the music video is sad. The song is sad.
And I love a sad song.
Yeah.
So this song is great.
I know, right in between this fucking insane, like, pop joint kind of, heavy, bass and percussion. And then you just get this very like almost, I don't want to say it's simple, but compared to the rest of the album, it seems a lot less like, I don't know.
It's melancholy compared.
Almost. Yeah.
Which is nice.
Which is funny because they have a song called Melancholy Hill.
Hey, look at that.
Beach, but
yeah, you get like, and the fact that they're next to each other, they're linked clearly with the music videos, but you have that really nice dichotomy between the two. And I didn't realize, actually, no, I lied. I did. Because you do get a glimpse of, it's Noodle on the windmill place in Feel Good Inc. But
yes, she's playing the guitar.
And you don't expect to go from that perspective and then just to see, it's like the one free person, then it's just taken down by the planes, and they drop the nuclear bomb on it just to icing on the cake.
Yeah, which this is the like music video that has the most story to it, but not like it's not explicitly stated because again, Gorillaz lore is weird. There's a whole story that there's a guy named Jimmy Manson who auditioned for Gorillaz, and then to be the guitarist, and then Noodle came along and beat him out for it, so he swore revenge on Gorillaz, and he approached Murdoch, and he was like, hey, let me kill Noodle, and Murdoch was like, fine, I'll give you guns and stash them underneath the windmill, and then you can shoot Noodle during the El Mañana video, and then he locked him in there, and so when the planes shoot down the island, the floating windmill, he dies, Noodle grabs the parachute and jumps off. So, like, you would never get that story from watching the music video.
No.
Right? That's all behind-the-scenes stuff, and, like, that's told... Yeah, it's fucking weird how they tell their story. Like, it's so out there. And that's, like, another thing. Like, this music video, like, within the Gorillaz universe, it's a music video, but also Noodle goes missing after that. So, like, it's, like, canon, but it's not I don't know. It's fucking weird. It's insanity.
Something else I learned. So I know mañana means tomorrow, but I didn't know with El Mañana it means what, the future?
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I read that too, Josh. I wasn't sure if that was like, if that's actually what it means, because it means like the tomorrow. So it is like.
Which people thought that's what it meant, but what I read, it said that that's commonly mistaken.
Yeah.
When you have L in front of it, I guess it's the future, which makes it's, I mean, the tomorrow sounded weird, so I was like, oh, that's El Mañana. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, so I saw that. I was, learned a little bit. Feel like I was in Michelle's class.
More you know.
Anything else, guys, from this song?
I don't think so. It's just a good ass song, man.
Yeah, it's great.
I really do like this song.
It's a
this is
fine ass song.
This is definitely a top one for me.
I'm just gonna say it. This one is right under Feel Good for me. Just gonna say it.
Is Feel Good your favorite?
So I'm leaving you with.
Yeah, we don't need to get into it yet. We can get into Every Planet We Reach Is Dead, which Michelle asked me to, was like, how does this one go again? And then I sung it perfectly for her. And then she said, that's not how it goes.
No, I didn't say that. I said, wait, no, hold on.
No, that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know what you're saying.
But this song, like right after El Mañana, it's so harsh. Like,
oh yeah,
compared to El Mañana, it's so like sudden, And again, it's fucking sad. Like, he's like, what are we going to do? And it's like, oh my God, like.
Yeah, this whole album, I think you said like before, like this, just like these songs are so good, but the whole time you're listening to him, there's just like this impending doom, like existential, like dread, just like hanging over your head the whole time.
That's, like the whole album is like a descent. Well, Damon's talked about like it's all about like each song's like addressing like personal, like your demons, because it's demon days, get it? Like personal demons and societal demons and stuff like that. Like that's what it's all about. But it is about like the decay of society, which will culminate in a song that we'll get to down the line, obviously later. But
yes,
yeah, this is almost like if this album is like, like a story structure, this is almost like is this like the falling action almost? Like this feels like El Mañana and Feel Good Inc. are kind of like the climax of it, and then this is like the second half of the album,
Because it kind of goes with the music video. Like the end of El Mañana, that's clearly those two are like the climax in term visually. So everything else just kind of you're going down the slope.
Yeah, but I like this song too. But I don't know. This is like a middle of the pack song for me though. But I still like it.
I love the song. I think it's great. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. Interesting.
Josh, one of your top songs too?
I'm not gonna say any more.
Okay. Well,
I've revealed too much.
Oh.
Well, we'll move on to November Has Come, which features the villain himself, MF Doom.
Love it.
Just fucking killing it. Old ass with skunk meat. I mean, how do you top that?
When
Can
I
you
heard
dig
it, I didn't know he was on it. So when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, and I was like, they got MF Doom on it. So that was really, really nice to see. And
I know there's like some serious hitters. I mean, MF Doom, De La Soul, Booty Brown from the Far Side we mentioned before. Yeah, there's also, there's more people coming up, but there's one surprise later on, I think, that, we'll discuss. But yeah, what did you guys think of this one?
Loved it.
Yeah, it's good.
It is pretty stripped down compared to the other songs almost, because it is just kind of him going at it for a lot of it. And then there's like a little 2D hook chorus thing, but... And
I think, if he wasn't in it, I definitely don't think I would like it as much. So it's definitely elevated from Doom being on it. It definitely feels like a song they made for him to kind of just go crazy on. I'm glad that you guys like this one, because I feel like it's almost a little divisive, because it doesn't feel like it's almost not a Gorillaz song. It's almost kind of just an MF Doom song, in the middle of the album, but it works. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like it works.
It does.
So do we want to move on to All Alone?
Yes.
Okay. Thoughts on All Alone?
I will start off by saying this. This is kind of like in that section towards the bottom for me. I don't have many notes on it. So I might have you guys take it away with All Alone.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of notes on it either. I think it's like near the bottom of my list, but I still liked it, and I like they do the whole break thing again, and there's this like heavenly sort of vibe I got from it. But yeah, I liked it.
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna look at something real quick, because there was one it actually might have been this one. So let me kind of refrain and take that back, real quick.
All right.
Well, I will say this is also a lower one for me personally. I don't know. It just doesn't feel. Maybe if it was like elsewhere in the album, but I think just coming off of such a heavy rap track from November Has Come, and then you get another one, it's kind of like, I don't know. I think there is another, I don't know. I don't love the stacking of this song, but it's fine. It's probably, if I'm being honest, the song that I will skip the most on the album when I listen to the album, personally.
I'm good. It's another song. I actually just didn't look at my notes correctly. I wrote my notes on the song that I wanted to talk about. It's not that one. So what I said stands.
Is the song you want to talk about White Light?
No, but
because that's the next song we're talking about.
I do have some things to say about it, because I was talking to Colin a little bit about this.
White Light.
Yeah, so this one,
I kind of fucking love it. I know it's not like a great song. I kind of love it though.
And that's completely fair, because like I said, this one is definitely it definitely works for the album more than I will put it on to listen to alone. So when I'm looking at this album collectively,
All Alone.
Yep, exactly. But I probably won't put this on, to be honest, but that doesn't mean it's bad for the album by any means. This definitely has a place, but definitely one of my lower ones, just strictly from a listening standpoint.
Yeah, it's one of my lower ones too, but again, I did not dislike it. Like, I like it. It's got this whole angst thing going for it, and I love it. Like, it's great.
Yeah, I can't.
I love the way like the guitar kind of amps up and stuff. Like it is a stressful song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's components of it that I like, but when I look at the other ones that they just have so much more to them, I can't like put this with the other ones from like,
and lyrically it's not
how good the track is. Exactly. There's this goes more of like the sound
it's
for
just
the album,
like a
pretty
vibe.
much. Yeah. It's not, there's really not as much thought put into it, so I have to take that into consideration.
Which is completely fair. And if we're talking about songs that don't have a lot of lyrical components to them, next up is Dare, which is, I would say, probably their, if I had to guess, I would say this is probably their third or fourth biggest song.
Oh, really?
Oh,
let me just say,
huge.
I'm shocked. Like when I saw it I saw it at the top everywhere. I don't dislike the song. I like it. But like I said, when I compare it, I wouldn't even say this is at the bottom. I think this one is straight up in the middle of my rankings.
Interesting.
It's like at the top of the bottom for me.
Okay.
I feel like I know this song though.
Yeah,
like I've definitely heard it.
Yeah, it's a dance song. It was like a huge club song. Yeah, back when it came out, and it's probably been I think it's in like commercials and stuff too.
The more
Definitely
I listened
felt
to
familiar.
it, yeah. The first time I listened to it, I was like, eh. But the more I listened to it, and like when we watched the video, I liked it more. Like
I can't help but want to fucking dance around in my room with a big ass head in my closet.
Yeah, I mean,
with a football helmet on my head. I love, just a little note on the music video, I love that that pan down that they do to Russell in the bathroom, and you just hear like the song far away.
I wrote that note too. It's so good.
It's such a funny little like inclusion.
Yeah.
So this one also had a music video that we could talk briefly about, and I got some horror references, obviously, that I pulled.
Let's go.
You definitely have the birds on the opening shot.
Yes.
From Alfred Hitchcock. There was one I saw that mentioned The Exorcist. It was talking about in their room, but it was like something with a statue. I couldn't really find it. So I don't know. I couldn't pull that one myself, but I was getting Frankenstein vibes again.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's huge, yeah.
Who's the guy in the bathroom? What was his name again?
That's Russell.
Russell's reading Cannibal Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right on the newspaper.
Yep.
And yeah, like just the interior. I mean, even the exterior, it's just all very creepy. You have like Halloween-y mood lighting in the room too. So, yeah, this one was a cool video to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a song that gets stuck in my head though sometimes, just randomly. Like
you could definitely bop to it.
Yeah.
It's Dare. To our audience, if you haven't looked up the live performance of that song, do yourself a favor, because it's one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen a human being do. I guess we should say it features Sean Ryder. I don't know if we've been mentioning all of the featured artists on them, but this features Sean Ryder, who was a guy, I don't know what he was from beforehand, but he's the guy saying it's Dare over and over again. And after that, we get a very, very different song as we kind of come winding down into our last few songs of the album. Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head, featuring
Dennis Hopper. Very weird.
A narration over a funky little track, just telling this story about these people who lived under this mountain called Monkey, and then outsiders coming in to mine the jewels. And then the monkey explodes, and that's the fire that comes out of the monkey's head. Obviously a reference to, fracking and imperialism and all that good stuff that has ruined the world. But yeah.
So yeah, this one, I definitely appreciated the narration. However, it's kind of like one of those things I'm not gonna throw it on. Works for the album. Not really gonna listen to it, to be honest. It's kind of all I have to say about it. But it was a nice touch. It was a nice touch for the album.
Yeah. I love this song. I don't know how.
Yeah.
But this song has been like in my music library for a while, and it comes on all the time. And it's fantastic.
I know, and I love the little breaks that they do of like the 2D acoustic, like little break that they'll do, and then it just goes back down into that funky fucking bass line. And Dennis Hopper just talking about these people living under this mountain. It's like, how do they even come up with something? How do you come up with something like this?
I don't know, man.
I also love this song. This is a high ranking song for me.
Wow.
Yeah, same. It's fantastic.
Wow.
It's definitely one like like the first time I listened to this album, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then just the more I listened to it, I'm like, you know what? This is so cool and weird.
And to be honest, that could be where I'm at, because if I'm going to say anything, it's definitely that I don't remember this one as much. So I think when it was playing, I was just kind of like, all right, it's Dennis Hopper talking to me. I was like following, but I didn't really, and I didn't really like know anything. I was following on like the lyrics and stuff, but yeah, it was just, it was so different from everything else that I was kind of just like immediately like, it's going to be a little lower for me.
Yeah. This is like the song though, that like, this is the apocalyptic thing that sets the tone for the last two songs, like the world kind of ends on this album and then you get the last two songs, that's kind of like picking up the pieces and talking about that.
And this one, I know it's not an interlude, but it feels like one. It feels like a long interlude, kind of. So
it almost is like, like when rap albums, I don't know if they still do it, like rap albums used to do like skits.
Yeah.
It almost kind of feels something like akin to that.
Exactly. Which it's hard for me to like rank an interlude type song. Yeah,
but it is also a song. It's weird.
I know. It's like it's one of those weird situations.
Which is why I love it.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Yeah.
And then next song we've got "Don't Get Lost in Heaven."
So sad. So
yeah.
I thought this one was really sad. This one kind of like, this one did hit a little bit. You just feel so much sympathy for this person. And just like people in general that struggle, like this is straight up drug addiction. And how it affects, it affects yourself and the people around you that you love. And you're just kind of stuck with like emptiness at the end of the day.
And like overdoing it and stuff, like,
And I love the heaven connection. Like they use heaven as that bliss that you feel, I guess, when you're so far into drugs, but you lose yourself in it.
Right.
Yeah. So this one really, really hit emotionally.
Yeah. Really, really sad song. Good song. Liked it. But not one of my favorites, I will say.
I am going to say it does rank lower on my list. And it's because of the song directly after it. I think it sounds very similar to the second half of the final song.
Yep.
Almost to a fault. I feel like if they should have just sandwiched these songs together almost.
Yeah, because you when you're listening to it, you completely forget that Demon Days is playing. I was listening to it and I was like, oh, I'm a minute and a half in Demon Days. When did that? And I had to like start it over.
Yeah, like the transition is like seamless.
I think they're nice together though.
Yeah, I just feel like, but if you're looking at it as like a singular song,
yeah,
it's another one that I kind of don't listen to a lot on its own.
And you're right, because it actually, the thing is, it's actually lower on my rankings too, but I appreciate the writing in it a lot.
Oh yeah. But if we want to get into the last song of this album, Demon Days, which is, the titular song of the album. Again, a song cut in two halves, pretty much, sound-wise, but lyrically, I think, not completely identical, but very identical. You've got sort of 2D with this almost like a static key, like he's kind of hard to hear almost, and he's doing that like, whelpy kind of, voice and stuff while he's singing. And then you just get that transition into this mixture of gospel and what else would you say the sound is like? I'm having trouble thinking of it. I can't think of this, like the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I wrote chorus like a...
Yeah, but like the music behind it is...
I mean, I can only really think of gospel, to be honest, but I can say when that... I'm trying to think of like what I would call it. I'm trying to think of when it comes, because when it hits, it hits.
It's like reggae. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's almost like a reggae gospel kind of halfway through, Yeah, it really fucking hits.
You know what I'm talking about. It's like...
Yeah.
When that comes in, I was like, ooh.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like the most satisfying thing ever. And what a song to end on, too. Like,
okay, so Colin, have you ever listened to The Flaming Lips?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you heard Clouds Taste Metallic?
No. I don't think so.
There's a song in there.
Maybe I have, but it's an album. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe then.
I don't know if you know the song "The Abandoned Hospital Ship" at all.
No.
So
I don't think I do.
So he's singing, and then it just goes into this guitar riff, and it like hits you like a big sack of bricks, and you're just like, and that's kind of like what this felt like. So if you hear that song, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like the sound kind of, and I'm not saying it did this in Demon Days, but the sound kind of like drops a little bit, and you get like kind of like 5 seconds of silence, and you just hear the guitar going, and it's very satisfying.
Yeah, I would also, I would describe this song as satisfying because it is like satisfying and cathartic too, because this whole album has been very dreary and very melancholy and depressing, and then you kind of get at this very last song, you get this little glimmer of hope.
Yep.
Where it's like it's okay, like just don't lose yourself, everything's just, have hope and, and hold on and stuff. And I think it's a beautiful song, and I'm gonna reveal my hand. This is my top song of the album. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. I adore this song.
Wow.
That's nice.
I love this song. I think it's definitely one of my favorite songs ever.
It's my top 3 on the album. And they're all close, but yep. It is my third. It is my third favorite on the album. Yeah, I guess we could just go right into rankings. But like you said, you get nothing but like dreariness and sadness and just like whacking your head over with negativity, and then you get this nice reaffirmation of just stay as positive as you can. Try your best to improve yourself, and don't always just look down. So it was very nice to kind of end on that. So yeah, number 3 for me.
Michelle, did you have any thoughts on Demon Days before we get into rankings?
No, I think you guys like cathartic is a great word that you said. Yeah, again, great song. I don't think there was a song on this album I didn't like.
Well, do we want to go just do you want to start at the bottom and kind of work our way up for individually? Okay,
yeah,
so number
nice.
15.
Intro,
right?
Yeah, I had the same.
Yeah, because it's not really a song. It's kind of a song, but it's, yeah. All right, number 14.
White Light.
Yep.
Okay, I have All Alone at number 14. Number 13?
All Alone.
Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head.
Ooh, wow. I have Don't Get Lost in Heaven at number 13.
That hurts.
Number 12, I have White Light.
I have Don't Get Lost in Heaven.
I have All Alone.
Number 11, I have Oh Green World, believe it or not.
That's fine. That's all right. I have I have Don't Get Lost in Heaven.
I have November Has Come.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Number 10, I have Kids with Guns.
Wow.
Ooh.
I know. I know.
I have Oh Green World at number 10.
I have Dare.
It's Dare.
One of ours is like always next to each other. It looked like we keep having one that's like right after the others.
Number 9, I have Every Planet We Reach Is Dead.
Interesting. I have Dare.
I have
It's
Dirty Harry.
Dare. Oof, that
Woo!
hurts. That hurts me.
Sorry.
Number 8, I have November Has Come. I think I have it pretty smack dab in the middle.
Me too, Colin. November Has Come, number 8.
Yeah.
What is my number 8?
It seemed like the perfect cut it in half. That's I didn't know
Because it's
where.
a good song, but it's not like, I don't know if it fits, but it's still really, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I have Oh Green World. Number 8.
Number 7, I have Last Living Souls.
Me too.
Wow.
I have Demon Days.
Fuck off.
Listen.
I like that.
I'm just kidding.
I did this rating really quick because I didn't rate them originally.
No, fucking stand by your shit.
I'm not going to stand by it because I'm not certain about them. But
be proud of it.
That's the top ones I feel good about. But everything else.
Just like I'm feeling good about my Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head. I'm sticking with that number 13.
Okay.
That's fine. Number 6, it's Dare.
Wait.
Ooh.
What did I? Yeah. So number 6, I have Kids with Guns.
Oh, I have El Mañana.
Interesting.
Very.
Number 5, I've got Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head.
Wow.
Love that song.
Number 5, I think. Oh, I have Feel Good Inc.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wow.
I have
What?
number 5, Every Planet We Reach Is Dead.
Number 4, I have Feel Good Inc. Yup.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yup.
I have Dirty Harry at number 4.
Okay, I have Every Planet We Reach Is Dead at number 4.
Nice.
Number 3, I have El Mañana.
I have Last Living Souls.
I have Demon Days at number 3.
Ooh. Number 2, I have Dirty Harry.
El Mañana.
Kids with Guns.
Yeah, number 1 is Demon Days for me.
And Michelle's favorite, I heard a sneak peek of it.
Fire coming out of a monkey's head.
Wow. Number 1.
Wow, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be basic just because I can't deny it. Feel Good Inc. number 1 for me.
Yeah, it's a good song. I mean, it's in my top 5, so yeah, we were kind of, I feel like we were close, but also all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of us were close on different parts, throughout.
So now all that we have to do is rank this fucker. Is rate
Hell
it.
yeah.
I mean, do you want me to go first or do you want me to go first or last?
I want Colin to go last.
Okay. I'll go first. Yeah, so like I said, as we were discussing the songs, I don't think there was a song that I didn't like. I think they're all pretty good. Some of them are pretty great. And I love the whole impending doom sort of. I just love it. I think it's great. Yeah, so I gave it a 77 out of 97.
All right. Wow.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Yes.
So I'll go next. I told Colin and Michelle before we started this, I feel like I always say something about the reviews, but this time I was trying to actually take into consideration that it is out of 95. So, I was doing a little math, so I know what this equals to, and that's what I'm sticking with. So Demon Days gets an 86 for me.
So yeah, I mean, huge Gorillaz fan here. My favorite Gorillaz album. I think it's their best album, in general. And it is one of my favorite albums of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, can we start with the confetti, please? Because this is the first birth year we've ever had on the show.
Yeah!
I'm giving it the perfect 94. And listen, I understand if you break it down track by track, not every song is perfect, but no album, it's like rating a perfect movie. Not every single scene, not every single frame in a movie is perfect, technically perfect, right? But for my tastes in particular, and even leaving nostalgia out of it, it's crazy that it holds up this well, and I feel like it's almost aged better than a lot of albums, almost like when it was released, with how relevant it is and the thematic tones of everything. So this is an album I come back to very, very often and will continue to come back to. So I'm giving it the 94 out of 94.
Like that.
That's fantastic.
Which gives Demon Days an 89.86% total. So that's very high.
You said it. You said an 89?
9.86. So if we round up, it's 90%. Which, to quote Tim Curry in Clue, is very good. So yeah, I mean, fucking good ass album.
Yeah. Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
for real.
Of course.
Fantastic.
I'm just happy to see a birth year on here.
Yes.
I know.
What a nice way to kick off the Halloween month. And I hope everyone else feels great enough to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast. Again, we very much appreciate it. It helps us out a great deal. And you can always find us, wherever you're listening to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, YouTube, Amazon, all the great stuff. And you can follow our page on Instagram and Facebook at Millennial Milkshake. We also have a Twitter account at MilkBasedPod. And we have a Snapchat, Milkshake Pod. And you can also follow our personal social medias. Colin is on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at The Last Call spelled COL. Michelle is on Instagram at Michelle Thoughts. That's Thoughts the Way You Think. And I am on Instagram as well at Joshi_124. That's Joshi spelled with an IE. And thank you guys for listening to Demon Days with me and discussing it. And thank you for joining me.
Kids with guns.
Thanks for joining me, guys.
Kids with guns. Easy does it. Easy does it. I wish I could. I wish I had an authentic English accent. That's all I know.
Michelle, did Colin get that song right? Was it good enough for your liking?
Yeah.
Give me a song. I'll sing it. Listen, we don't want to get copyright struck because of how perfect I sing these songs.
Yeah,
but
that's
give
true.
me another song and I'll sing us out.
Yeah, I would like White Light, please.
White light. Stay creamy.
Wait, I hold on. Before we stay creamy, I gotta hear the intro.
Oh, maybe because it's October, we shouldn't say stay creamy. Maybe instead we should say, I'll stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.